At 9 o'clock, we'll call the Harrison County Commission meeting for December 14th, 2022 to order. And if you would rise and join the invitation. Once again, I'm going to be reading a prayer that goes in our church bulletin. Deep flowing mystery of God, gentle, life-giving grace of God, we immerse ourselves in you. We descend into your watery embrace, baptized in your blessing. With Jesus, we know your delight in us. We trust your spirit in us, and we hear your calling. By your summons, we rise, we follow, and we serve you in the living, breathing spirit of Christ. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Anyone signed up to speak publicly? Okay. Anybody on Zoom wish to speak publicly? Anyone on Zoom wish to speak publicly? Consent agenda, what's the pleasure? Motion to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 3, payroll change notices. And there is A through O.
Motion approved, please.
Motion to approve payroll changes A through O. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. We have no minutes for number 4 or amended minutes.
That is correct.
Okay. Number 5, requisitions, purchase orders, invoices as shown on A, vendor requisition list of payments.
Madam President, I need to make one change to that. I need to pull off work order number 41973 in the amount of $38,500.
Motion approved and include as stated by the county administrator.
Motion to approve and remove the one as stated by the county administrator. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Exonerations, corrective tickets, joint property applications. It looks like we just have A, exonerations, and B, corrective tickets.
Motion approved, please.
Motion to approve. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 7, consideration of approval of a project fund requisition for the payment of costs associated with the project to be financed from proceeds of the Series 2019 bonds issued for the Charles Point Economic Opportunity Development District, Series 2021 A and B Development District number 3, White Oaks Project number 2, and Series 2008A Charles Point Project number 2, North Land Bay Improvements, and we have A through E.
Motion approved A through E, please.
Motion to approve A through E. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 8. Do we have anything? Well, I need to read.
There's no real update for the GSA building. Everything is the same as it was.
Anybody else have anything? So we will move on to number 9, which it says there are none.
That is correct.
Okay. Number 10 as well.
Correct.
Okay. Number 11, review, discuss, consider the agreement for the Harrison County Regional Farm Recreation Complex. A, agreement and scope of services between owner and engineer.
Madam President, it would be my recommendation that we go back out for bid for this project. It has come in much higher than anticipated. I think we need to narrow the scope down a little bit and go back out for bid.
Motion to table. Or to put it back.
Put it back out to read for rebid.
Motion to do as the county administrator stated and put rebid.
Motion is to do as stated by the administrator and put out to rebid. Is there any discussion?
Yes, ma'am, I'd just like for the commission to sit down, go over that bid or that request for bid and come up with a request is for a work session. So exactly what we're going out, what we want. We'll have to bid for.
Well, can she not present us with a bid and we can review it?
I personally want to, for us to determine what that is.
We already know what we want, so
Yeah, because you're just changing the scope of the contract to
We're narrowing down.
what we discussed last week, or the last meeting.
mhm.
And what are we going to scope down to?
We're gonna make not as broad, so they don't have to go out and talk to all the different entities to, where it's such a huge price
Undertaking.
increase, yes.
Yeah,
And then also maybe more companies will bid on it, like you pointed out at the last meeting, that maybe because it was such a large job, other companies didn't bid on
So can you get us a draft before the end of the year, of what we're going to go out with before it goes out?
it. Absolutely.
Get us a draft before the next meeting.
any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, I have 906. We have a funding request from Southern Area Library, Wilma Bennett. Wilma?
Hi, Commissioner. I am coming to ask for a stair lift for the library. I don't know if you've got the paperwork, and I have tried to get grants through Senator Manchin's office and a couple of other entities, and I did not get approved for it. And we really need this stair lift because 50% of our patrons are elderly. 40% are families with little kids, and then 10% are patrons with disabilities, and we are a two-tier library.
And I'm just asking this for is there anything that could be moved downstairs for those folks that something could be moved upstairs for those that can go up and down?
No, ma'am,
Okay,
because we just don't have the room downstairs.
I just will have to ask.
Yeah, no, I have tried everything, but no. We just are bursting at the seams.
Commissioners, the Southern Area Library is also included in our general fund budget every year. They do get $8,000 from us budgeted.
Let's go and give them the other $8,000 then. I'll make the motion to give them $8,000, Madam President.
Motion to give the library $8,000 towards the stair lift.
Mhm.
Okay,
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
thank you.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. Number 12. Review, discuss, consider allowing the county administrator to work with Steptoe and Johnson to terminate the Crossroads TIF district.
The Crossroads TIF is currently one of the districts that does not produce any income, has nothing coming in. It's just a stagnant TIF that we have, and it would be nice to get it off the books. Since
Motion
there's
approved.
no activity on it.
Motion approved for you to work with that.
A motion's been made for the administrator to work with Steptoe
Mhm.
on this matter. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Review, discuss, consider adopting a resolution for the fiscal year 2022-2023 Local Economic Development Grant, LED. This resolution designates the Harrison County Economic Development Corporation as the lead economic development organization in the county.
Motion approved, please.
Motion to approve and effective, I guess we have to sign.
The fixed signature.
And
This
fixed
is a
signature.
resolution that the commission has previously done in 2014, 2017, and this allows them to apply for this grant by naming them the lead economic development organization.
Did you want to say anything? Amy?
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, as Ms. P said, it's requirement of the LED grant. So each county is designated by the Western Development Office, Department of Commerce, for a lead economic development agency. We've been that agency now about 6 years, and they've the state put together a grant to put towards that, and we have to have resolution by our county commission as the lead. Sometimes it's been as much as, I think, 32,000. We are down to 22,000. So I'm the regional rep for our 6 counties in this region on the Economic Development Council, Western EDC Council. And what we're trying to do now is to get that raised a little bit more, especially with what's going on in economic development. So this just allows us to continue to operate. It's a requirement of it. Part of the requirement is also our 2-year strategic plan and a 5-year action plan for the corporation, for the county. And it's countywide. So I do have a couple board members with me today. We've got our private development, and we've got the city of Clarksburg. We represent all municipalities. We have 6 grants that are out there. We have 7 grants that we've either received or assisted. We continue to work with other economic development agencies. And most recently, one of the biggest things that we've done are the RFIs, those are requests for information. So as the state of West Virginia really ramped up in economic development and started marketing West Virginia for all the funds that are available.
Are you giving us your update now?
Oh, do you need me to, or?
You're on
Okay.
9:15. I just didn't know if you wanted to speak on the resolution, but that's okay. I was just gonna let you roll and then,
Sure.
because it's only, you got 4 more minutes to hang in there,
Okay.
so just.
Yeah, no, it's all part of the resolution and
Yeah.
why we're asking for it, and we do what we do, but I can give you an update on
He's the
projects
one that-
later on.
Yeah,
I was gonna let you go. You know.
Hey, I just want to get through the rest of the agenda.
Thanks,
Thank
Andy.
you.
Okay, so all in favor of the motion on 13 signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, review, discuss, consider approval of transfer of leave per approved policy for A and B, James McManus and Shara James, or Shara, however you pronounce that.
Motion approved.
Motion to approve. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, review, discuss, consider Harrison County Commission agreements with Harrison County Parks and Recreation Commission, A and B. Memorandum of understanding and proposed lease agreement. It's a pleasure. I, for one, am ready to hand it over to them. Everybody.
Propose that A and B be tabled or rewritten to where we hand over all property and all assets and all the stuff that's required to run Parks and Rec. With the caveat that if they fail, everything reverts back to us as far as property goes. But we deed over to them.
Now, as part of that motion that we still maintain the grass and the payroll.
No, sir. We step away and they operate as their own entity.
Should we not give them a few months to find these sources and software and
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying.
Okay,
that. It's-
okay.
No, it's
like 6 months? 3 months,
6 months. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine with me.
Okay.
We'll continue to work out somehow to subsidize the parks for that during that 6 months. If we need it.
Trey, correct me if I'm wrong, but it wouldn't be exactly an MOU, so we would just come up with an agreement between us and Parks and Rec. We would deed over the property and all the equipment that it takes to maintain it. They would then take care of their own payroll and bookkeeping,
Insurance or
insurance,
utilities.
everything. They have 6 months to complete that. And also, if they would fail, the property reverts back to us.
Reverts back.
And it would be my suggestion that we would also include that they stay as their intended use, that they cannot be changed to something else, that they're intended for parks for Harrison County.
I think that's by statute.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check the original deed restrictions for the conveyances into the county and see if we have any consents, because I haven't done that. This is kind of a new course. So that's where we'll start. We'll do a deed review, and if it's possible, which it probably is, permissible use, we can freely transfer the property to a related agency, and then we can build the restrictions in. Be very similar to what was done in Marion County historically. We'd probably look at Marion County as a model and see what restrictions they have in their agreements and deeds with McPark.
Madam President, I don't believe that the Park and Recreation is going to be able to maintain the grass. And they, although we're handing them, I think we still have to be a part of it in the sense that we cut grass and do human resources as well as payroll. I just, we're moving, I want to proceed with caution, but, and I want them to be on their island all by themselves too, but I don't think they can afford financially to do what we're setting up. I just wanted to get that on the record anyway.
So it sounds like they want to be on their own, so we'll take it one step at a time. And this is the first step. That's just my,
I agree with you, Susan.
I mean, I don't want them to fall apart. That is not my intent, but I think they
I
want
think they
to.
have a lot of options to look how they either cut grass, either bid it out. We can look at it, but
I think there's potential for them to raise some funds too.
yeah, and if not, then we're gonna be pulling out the general fund to subsidize the parks. I don't think that was our intention. It hadn't been our intention over the years to subsidize it through that of the general fund. All that work and not get reimbursed, and it's gonna come out of our general fund.
Now, your motion was to table, correct?
To table this and to,
Okay, do we want a date to come back? I don't want it to get on the table and forget that. I'm not
I'm
trying to put
gonna
any pressure on
look
anybody.
at legal when they can have it all done.
I mean, I know it's gonna take some time to do all
Afraid to
this.
do it, have about 28.
I just don't want it to get on the table and we forget.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to help you out.
I mean,
here.
Trey, I know you do, but
so I have,
28th is pushing it, so I would say.
after the first of the
I'd say
year,
after
I'm
the first,
fine.
after the first of the year, I have all the deeds saved in the county file, I believe. So the first thing to do is to look at those, and then I'll go out to Parks and Rec on Friday and kind of give them an update of where we're headed. That's all right, and I'll work with them to try to make this happen early next year.
Sounds good.
Any more discussion? All in favor of
Aye.
tabling? Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Okay, Amy. You again.
I think the presentation I thought was in preparation for the resolution. So again, I thank you for approving the resolution. So we'll move forward with that grant.
It had to be an action item.
Understand, so I appreciate that. I guess again for the update, just pick up where I left off. We will continue as the lead economic developer agency. We'll continue to work with the other EDs that are available. We also have formed over the past year, like I said, I mentioned we're the regional rep for our Region 6. We also fall in Region 1 when it comes to the Department of Commerce. So Region 1 has had every other month we meet, so it's been beneficial to talk about housing initiatives, workforce initiatives, health-related issues, things that we can do to market really North Central West Virginia. So what we've done is put together marketing packets that are specific to housing, specific to energy-related or manufacturing-related, anything that has to do with our industries that are specific. And then as the state of West Virginia receives any notice or prospects, because they've really been ramping it up over the past couple of years in marketing West Virginia. And in doing so, this has resulted in a lot of requests and a lot of prospects who want to be in West Virginia. So first it was to get us on the map. Now that we're on the map, we're getting a lot of bites, and those bites will then trickle down into each of the communities. So as the state of West Virginia receives the request for information, these RFIs, they then feed those out to all the EDs, if a county has an ED. We are the ED here, we receive the RFI. Sometimes we have 24 hours to respond. We typically have 2 to 3 days, but it can go as short as 24 hours, and it can be as long as a week or 2 to apply for those. And in doing so, we have sometimes a detailed request of what they're going to be doing, utilities that they'll need, location that they want, employees. Sometimes we just get a 50,000 square foot building and we know nothing else. We really have no idea where they want that located. So we will try to submit to every single one. And in order to do so, we have to have the right information, the correct information. So over the past couple of years, building our inventory and having proper updated information on all of the inventory has been critical to applying to those. We've been successful. We don't only submit to just Harrison County. If we have something, or if we've got a lead that's coming in that we know is a Fortune 500 company, or we know it's a really good lead for this area, for North Central, and we don't have anything that matches their requirements, we're gonna reach out to Doddridge, we reach out to Marion. Does anybody in this area have anything? So to date, we've now added their inventory to our list. It's not on our website, but we do have the inventory, so we can respond quickly within a 24-hour or a 2 to 3 day response to these prospects. It's been extremely beneficial to have, and I think I have a few other board members on the call, the input around the county. And then Clarksburg is here. Clarksburg's been great in submitting the information, responding to the prospects as they're coming in. And again, they have to be quick. We've had an average of 40 that we've replied to a year. And this year we've had, I think it was 53 RFIs that Harrison County has submitted. So that's huge for this area. And without this organization, I'm not sure how it would have been done. Without the development office really marketing West Virginia, and putting us on the map, that has been huge. Going to these consultants, going to the trade shows, going to anything that they have on their bill, because they do pay for our trip and they pay for a lot of the marketing that takes place. We get to go to those and we get to put North Central and specifically Harrison County on the map.
Out of the RFIs that you, how many of those have, I mean, I guess a business has come from that. Is that, am I following what you're saying?
You are, and it's,
Okay.
I've had that, kind of board members ask that question. It's difficult to say. I wish we had an end result. We try to follow up. I know John is an economic developer. Same thing, you try to reach out to them. Is there anything else that you need? We get the RFIs coming into the state of West Virginia. Sometimes we don't have names on those. We get the RFIs coming directly to us through either our website or a call. We get them through our communities, like through the city of Clarksburg, and John will reach out and copy me and we'll put together something to submit. Sometimes it's an email. Sometimes we really don't have a lead. It'll be a realtor asking for a building and we don't realize at the time what they're looking for. We just try to meet their requirement. So if we do have any kind of information or any contact, we try to follow up. I would say if I had to, I guess, guess, because we try to put a number on this, maybe 40% of those end up the building selling or filling. Sometimes they will buy the building. They're doing their due diligence and they will buy it and it's never filled. So do we count that as completion or a lead for us? It's difficult to say because the jobs aren't there. If they're then flipping that to sell again, it goes back in our inventory to market. The perfect project is a lead reaching out, asking for a specific requirement of land or building. We submit that. I guess step 2, they purchase, then they fill it, then we have jobs and hiring. So we've had quite a few of those, which have been extremely beneficial. We've had some marketing and relocations of existing businesses that are here. So not only do we market Harrison County for new companies coming in, we try to help our existing companies expand. And we've had 8 expansions over this past year of existing companies either looking for land, using our incentives, state incentives to find a new location or where they're at, expand.
Amy, thank you so much.
Oh, you're
You
welcome.
do so much for us.
And this is a team effort. It really is. Brownfields grant. We just submitted a $500,000 Brownfields grant in conjunction with Clarksburg. So this is a countywide assessment grant. We pulled in all of the communities that are here and done our own, we've done our own assessment of that. However, we have to have priority projects that are within. 6 of the priorities that we listed, 4 of those fall in the city of Clarksburg. So again, it's a team effort to market this. We work with the city of Shinston. We've got a few properties there that we've submitted for RFIs, Stonewood and more. Stonewood has now joined the corporation and they are a member. Salem, we've got a couple there. We have no bites, but Salem's another area that we really want to focus on. We have a lot of potential here. And I don't know if any of you were able to listen to John Deskin's report. North Central West Virginia was pretty much leading the state. And out of North Central, there were a couple of categories that Harrison County was the lead in North Central. So this is definitely ties all of us working together on economic development.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Anybody have any questions? Thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the resolution as well, and support.
I think we're on number 16. No, we got 925 bid open, animal control.
We've received 2 bids for the animal control facility. This RFP went out to look at the current location and see if we can design it, what kind of facility we can house at that location. We've received 2 bids. The first one is from McKinley Architecture and Engineering, Wheeling, West Virginia. I'll give each one of the commissioners one. We will be, even though we're opening bids today, we'll get a team together to review and do the checklist.
Why don't you, Gina and Danny, get together and come back to us with a recommendation?
I'd also like to include Dennis
Great,
from Animal Control.
great.
And the next bid is from Fresh.
Thank you.
We'll go through these, review them, rank them.
Because this is basically like what we did previously. There's no amount on here.
Have to bring them in for interviews.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean,
And we'll go through
they're
them all.
not really,
Right.
they're just
Information.
information that they would like to do the job.
If I hear a motion to form a committee to
Mhm.
perform the interviews and evaluation.
Exactly. Motion to form a committee. Madam Administrator. And can you get back to us by the 28th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, the motion was made to review the information, which, and come up with a plan with the team, form a committee or a team. And come back by the 28th, is that correct?
Please.
Is there any discussion?
The 28th would be just for
Again.
approval of the architect. And then they'll have to come back with price.
Right.
and a contract.
Anything else?
Amazing.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Now we'll go to number 16. Review, discuss, consider authorization to accept $60,000 a yearly stipend from Harrison County Board of Education for deputy shared between Nutter Fort Elementary and Norwood Elementary School. And that 60,000 be added as a line item for the 2022-2023 fiscal year budget.
Motion approved, please.
Motion to approve. Is there any discussion?
No.
Did you want to say anything, Jason?
I'm just here for your support.
I just want to give you an
It's well
opportunity.
needed. No, but I appreciate it.
Okay. Does anybody else want to ask Jason?
I just first is appreciate the school board continuing to support this program and that we can support this program. It's a good program for Harrison County and it's something that we need to make sure we look at
I
all.
wish
the
we didn't
schools.
need them, but we do.
All I have to say about it.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay. Number 17, review, discuss, consider adding another telecommunicator position to Harrison Taylor 911.
Motion approved.
Motion to approve. Is there any discussion?
I mean,
It's,
we have an issue with. I just think that we need to keep more people in the system. and
we hire some and then we lose some. So,
I think it's just, we need, however you want to call it, a floater, but we need more people for when people drop out. So it's just, I think it's,
it's a no-brainer.
yeah, and I think that we need to look hard at how to cut down on attrition at 911 in the future.
It's not an easy job. It's not cut, everybody's not cut out for that.
I think it's,
Takes special
so
person.
I'm not even sure if one's gonna do what we need it to do.
Well,
but
we
it's a start,
I think we can look at this.
first of the
budget
year.
time.
I think we can take a look at what's going on here in January. They got 6 months left on that budget, see where we need to go. How's We're spending their left.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, now next, review, discuss, consider hiring to fill the vacant telecommunicator position at Harrison County 911. It is under A. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved, please.
Motion to approve 18A. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 19, review, discuss, consider 2023 Appalachia Hydro Sub-Award Agreement,
Motion approved, please.
calendar year. There, I got it. My mind took me a while. Motion to approve and a fixed signature. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 20, Laura, do you have a report?
Just basics, we're trying to finish up for the end of the calendar year. There are some things that we have to tidy up, although it's not the end of our fiscal year, just the calendar year. I'm trying to get those accomplished before the holidays, because this time of year, there's a lot of people that are not working and taking their vacation, so. But otherwise, I have nothing else.
Thank you, Laura. I have nothing, Madam President.
Neither do I. Mr. Hinkle?
Uh,
No, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless.
I would just like, I know it was in the paper today, but the commission,
Oh, okay.
Susan, Patsy, Amy, everybody, we made a huge milestone yesterday when we awarded the contract to build a new terminal building out at the airport. It's something that's been on the airport's wish list for a long time. It and moving the dirt up there. This commission made the dirt possible to get moved. Without that, and you're all support, there would never be a terminal coming in. So the exciting thing about this new terminal is it's pretty much paid for, except for just a really small percentage. We were able to get federal grants and state grants, but the cost of the terminal, except for maybe about $1 million out of 25 million, is covered. So That was a huge milestone. September 2024, and that seems a long ways off, but that's the goal to open it, so it shows that Harrison County is progressing. You all been a part of it. Marion County's been a great supporter of it, and it's a huge step. And hopefully here, next few months, we'll be making the announcement on when we start a new school building for Pierpont. And we've got quite a few other things that some companies are expanding. There's going to be some exciting news coming out from out there. So again, I want to thank you all. And Susan and Patsy said everybody have a Merry Christmas, and thank you.
Motion adjourned.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Merry Christmas.